So, for instance, if I said like x to the 5th power times x to the 7th power, what does that equal? So in this case, we add the exponents. Okay, the one that we covered last time, the quotient. If I have x to the 7th divided by x to the 5th, what does that equal? So in that case, we subtract the exponents. Did she get lost on the way? She's just searching for nothing. The last one, power rule. When I say like x to the 5th to the 7th, what do we do then? Okay. We have not talked about negative exponents yet. So negatives we have yet to talk about. Do you have paper? Okay. But we have seen things with zeros. Anytime something has an exponent of 0, what is it equal to? 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay. Any questions so far? So now we're going to start doing some examples. I'm probably not going to get through all of the ones in the book, nor am I going to try, so we will probably see this come out again the next time we're reviewing a little bit, and we'll do a few more of these problems. But I want to look at all the different types and then make sure we look at some that have multiple steps involved. Okay, so make sure you have all these rules written down before I turn the page. Okay, so let's practice our product rule. And this is when we have the number written each time, and we have to do what to the exponents? Add them. So let's look at number 2. I have 7 to the 3rd times 7. If there's no exponent written, what is it assumed to be? 1. So this would become 7 to the 4th. All right, number 4. These parentheses are the same thing as multiplying. So it's like saying a to the 9th times a, which would be, that's got a 1. So overall it's a to the 10th. Right, number 6. We have to combine like things. So we would have w to the 6th and v to the 7th. All right. Number 8. What would that one be? Sorry, if you bring your book, I can give you my book after we're done if you need it. Huh? So negative 4 times 2 is negative 8, and then it would be m to the 3rd. All right, number 10. So what would the number in front be? 18, because negative 2 times negative 9. With our r's, it would become r to the s to the and t to the 5th. Good. All right, take a look at number 12. Do you guys know what we would do on that one? Where would we begin on number 12? The multiplication. Order of operations, you multiply before you add or subtract. So if I'm multiplying these first two, what would that give me? (27) m to the 9th n to the 3rd. Minus, when I do the second ones, we get 20 m to the 9th n to the 3rd. Now, are these like terms? Yes, remember if they have the same variables, they're like terms, so then you can combine the numbers. So 27 minus 20 is 7, and the variable part stays. All right, are we okay with those review problems? Okay, so if I gave you a quiz and put those problems on it, everybody would ace them. We'd be fine. Okay. Let's go to the next page. So I want to talk about some of these quotient problems. All right, let's look at number 14. So if there's no exponent written, we know it's 1. What do we do with these exponents then? Subtract them. So it's negative 2 to the 4th power. Could we figure out what that was equal to? Yeah, let's do that. What is negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2? Or negative 2 to the 4th. What would that equal? 16. Okay, let's go down to number 18. So with my x's, we would have x to the 4th. With the y's, what happens with those? They cancel out, so we just don't put that at all. So the answer is just x to the 4th. All right, number 20. 4 divided by 8, what does that give us? One half. Then it would be a to the 9th. And then what happens with the b's? They cancel out. All right, 22. This is one that has multiple steps. What would I need to do first? Let's focus on the top for a second. So if we multiply 7 times negative 6, and then we get c to the 8th power and d to the 3rd. Everybody should be writing this down. Okay, we haven't done anything with the denominator yet. So now we divide. Negative 42 divided by negative 3. Okay, c to the 8th over c to the 7th would be c to the 1st and d to the 1. Okay, take a second and try number 24 for me. That's a little more challenging. Let's see if you can figure it out. Okay, so starting in this fraction, it says to subtract. So when we subtract those, we just subtract the numbers. So 16 minus 4 is 12. We still have the x to the 9, y to the 5. Could we go ahead and multiply those? So that would be 21x to the 6th. Okay, so now we divide. 12 divided by 2 is 6. X to the 9th over x to the 3rd is x to the 6th. And my y to the 5th drop. And then these are like terms. So that problem is probably the most complicated one we've done so far. It had all of our exponent rules within it. Any questions on that one? That's rude. Quit giving me dirty looks. Guilty conscience? I know. Okay, let's go. We're going to probably not do all of these. We're going to skip around a little bit. Let's look at number 28. What would we have to do here? Or maybe we will do them all if nobody's gonna. Okay, we're taking the exponents to the 4th. So it's like 4 to the 4th and a to the 4th. What is 4 to the 4th power? Yeah, it's not 4 times 4, but 4 to the 4th. So that's 256 a to the 4th. So those exponents have to hit everything. So like number 30. What is negative 2 to the 3rd? All right, and then with your variables, what do we do with these exponents? Multiply. So it becomes x to the 21st and y to the 15th. All right, let's look at 34. Okay, so 2 to the 3rd would be 8. X to the 12th, y to the 21st, and we still have times this one. So then if we multiply, 8 times negative 3, x to the you're adding those exponents. 15 and y to the 14, or sorry, 23rd. Okay. Are we okay with those? I want you to flip to the very back of your book. All right, how do we find perimeter? That's area of a rectangle is length times width. Perimeter of a rectangle, add all the sides. Okay. So, we would have this on both of them, so you could either write it twice or say 2 times that. And then we would have 2 of these. Okay, so 2 times 3 is 6, a squared b, plus 14, a to the 3rd b. Can we combine those? No, they're not like terms because the variables don't match. So that's our final answer. How do we find area of a triangle? That's a rectangle. Good. Essentially, it's like a rectangle, length times width, but a triangle is only half of it, so you multiply by a half. So the base, the bottom, was 13x squared y. The height was what? 6xy. All right, let's simplify as much as we can. So we have 1/2 times 13 times 6, which gives us if you don't know, grab a calculator. 39, I believe. So then x squared times x would be x to the third, and y times y is y squared. Okay, any questions on that one? This is where I'm stopping. So 2 pieces that you have left finished. First, I am going to give you a paper to do. We are not going to do it as an activity. We're just going to, you do those problems and then turn it in to me. Okay, and then I have just a really brief couple questions for you after you do that.